Bad artists copy, good artists steal.
It's actually dead on.
I never thought of it that way. I mean, when you're going to do something creative with it, you just take it and you don't really ask.
It's not just copy and paste. That's simple.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how literal you're taking the word copy.
You know, when you're copying something, people can tell it's derivative, and when you're being really original, you're actually just kind of like taking an idea and kind of making it your own thing.
It's influence, really, more than stealing, it's influence. If you're influenced by somebody, heavily influenced, by nature, you're going to take some of that influence and put it into your work. Beg, borrow, stole, whatever you want to call it, remixed, emulated, incorporated.
Remixing definitely is a legitimate art form.
You can't exist without influence. So with that influence, it's like originality is actually like how well you just recontextualize the previous idea.
I feel the history of music evolves that way. Where one reaches a certain point, and all the followers would study that. And based on that, they come up with something new. They add their individuality.
To use Zeppelin as a reference, those guys stole music from the blues guys, and they took it and they put their print on it.
And the reason Bach becomes Bach is because he knows all the other style better than anybody else. He knows his contemporaries' work so well. That's why he could create something his own.
I mean, a lot of stuff starts off as a cut and paste anyway from the beginning, so it's hard to really say where it originally was a piece of, whatever you want to call it, of pure art.
The remix, in general, has existed for years. It doesn't just apply to music, it applies to everything.
Even a cook taking somebody's, like a ingredient from something like you saw on the Iron Chef, it's the same thing as a remix.
Let's say Chinese food in this sense, that you have American style, the Chinese. They're not really Chinese food.
Somebody creates a burger, and it's like, yeah, we made this burger, it's the best burger ever. Then, a couple years later, somebody else remixes that burger, and it's the new fucking burger, whatever.
And, when it comes to clothing is another example. They take people take a lot of logos and you do creative things with them and flip it and make it something different.
It goes back to, full culture, just exchanging ideas, telling a story to your family or writing a song, and they mix that up a little bit, put their own twist on it, pass it down the line.
Yesterday I was talking about Romeo and Juliet, where it's an Italian legend, but used by Shakespeare.
The Bible is a fucking remix, if you want to think about it. Do you know what's in the original Bible? The original, the OG, the one that nobody knows exists? That shit goes on forever and will always go on forever.
You're going to borrow no matter what. I think
try to
artists always have to borrow to
you have your own
continue
vision
to grow.
but needed that other
Those
piece
notes weren't
for you
meant
to
to
get
be
that.
played
Everything is
the way
based on
they're
something
about
else, and
Emulation
you
is the
build
first
upon that.
form of...
To me, there's not really original ideas that exist.